When a person was shot doors from my house, I realized how important my crusade is of removing illegal handguns off the streets of New York.
Nice
Hi,
dude.
I'm New York State Senator Eric Adams, and for 22 years I wore a bulletproof vest and stood on the street corners and
Is that actually a bulletproof vest or is that a white garbage like bag?
It's his diaper.
It's off to a shaky start. Let's
protected children and families in the city of New York. I'm asking you to join me in this crusade of removing illegal handguns off our streets and out of our homes. Please come and join me inside my house as I show you how simple items such as bamboo paper can be an indicator of marijuana use, or a cut of straw can be an indicator of using cocaine. I will show you how to search a room to ensure that you remove illegal handguns and other contraband from your home.
go. Okay. I was kind of confused where he was going when he was like, we're gonna get illegal guns off the street. This is how you know your child's smoking weed or doing cocaine. Like how's I guess weed and cocaine lead to gun abuse? I'm
Yeah,
addicted to guns.
he got a Groupon for handgun and drug prevention.
Gun use is a gateway drug to marijuana
100%.
and then cocaine. Yeah. Also, this looks like the Dr. Phil.
Oh yeah, this
The show here is to empower parents on how to search a room inside their home. It's imperative that you should know what's inside your household. And no one can state that you can't search a room in your own home. You write the Constitution. There are no First Amendment rights inside your household. It is your obligation and responsibility not only to protect the child that may be using an illegal drug or carrying an illegal gun, but you also have to protect the members of the household, their younger brothers and younger sisters, and the other elder members of the household. So by periodic
Sorry. My ADHD brain cannot. I'm like, I was looking for a place to pause, but he just kept talking.
Dude, he's ultimate one take. Like he's just freestyling.
Yeah,
No script.
And
no
then
script at all.
this other podcast, he was saying, why is there funeral music in the background?
To match his outfit.
Dude,
I was thinking, I was like, looks like he's going to a funeral.
you know what's wild is how low those fan cords are. Are you guys seeing that?
Yes,
He's just tall.
he's actually 7'5". So
And we're dealing with some space age technology. Look at that TV.
He hasn't shown us shit yet. He's just been talking, and we're a minute and a half in. Like, how am I gonna find the drugs in Ming's bag?
He's gonna show you.
Anyway.
sending a message to your home that there are no rooms off limits, you don't believe in locked doors, your house is open to inspection by your house and the members of your house. The message is you
I'm sorry, this is traumatizing.
your house is open to search by your house, and it's what did he say?
Oh, this is why brown parents be wild and make their kids feel like shit sometimes. Thank you for that generational trauma, sir. Good job. Good job.
expect your children to do what's right, but you always have to inspect what you expect.
But you always have to inspect what you expect.
And that's the key to providing some preventive safety. So if you come to a room like this, you can start out, I always recommend to start out in a periodic fashion so you'll be used to going through the room to look at the various items in the room. You can look in the jewelry box. A jewelry box of this nature, maybe a simple jewelry box, but if you look through it closely, you don't know what your child may be hiding. For instance, a gun could be hidden, a small caliber weapon could be hidden.
He planted that.
You got to inspect to expect.
Yeah, he says you have to inspect what you expect.
But you always have to inspect what you expect.
You start in a periodic fashion, okay?
Yeah, periodically.
I always recommend to start out in a periodic fashion.
Is that baby oil next to that jewelry box.
I just noticed that.
Ew.
Eric.
It's to lubricate his handguns.
Smooth shooting.
Shooting blanks.
Look at the various colognes and perfumes and photos and pictures. You should all
Pictures.
Big pictures.
You have to look at the colognes and perfumes too, because
Yeah. Not just the pictures, but the big picture.
his search is done. First spot, he found a handgun.
They gotta be like something else. It's gonna be an AK-47 in that TV. Is it a gun or is it cake?
Is it a gun or
We'll
is it
see.
is when your child brings in his popular knapsack with many different locations.
popular?
His popular knapsack with many different locations. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I had one of those wheelie bags, and I was definitely not popular when I had one. Oh, I needed a popular knapsack. I feel like Liz, you've had one of these bags, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Rudy,
They're not popular bags.
Rudy, did you have one?
No. That's why I have scoliosis now, because we didn't have rolling bags when I went to school.
I can confirm though that they are not popular bags, but they do have lots of locations.
Liz, has it ever happened to you where you had yours on and then somebody lifted up the handle?
No, because I had this weird one where my regular backpack was like strapped onto like a this like it's like what you put luggage on kind of. I mean, it was huge. It was really weird. It was crazy. It basically made the backpack unwearable. You had to unstrap it from the weird luggage contraption.
Liz could never have any normal shit. Like I'm sure her wheelie thing was like hand carved in Norway.
What's he gonna find in this popular backpack?
Look through it to see what exactly is your child carrying in addition to a book. Something simple as a crack pipe, a used crack pipe.
Something simple as
Oh,
a used
dude.
crack pipe.
Something simple as a crack pipe, a used crack pipe.
He is the greatest detective who has ever lived. He just walked in there, found a gun and a crack pipe in about 2 minutes.
It looked like he hit that crack pipe though.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Had to record this shit.
Could he have found it on the street? That's quite possible. But this is a discussion piece where you should start speaking with him to find out what is he doing with it and the whole use of drugs. This invokes conversations. Look at picture frames and behind them, cameras. Try to determine which.
They called the candles cameras.
On camera.
He said that a gun and a crack pipe are discussion starters.
Behind a picture frame, you can find bullets. What does that mean to find bullets? Does it mean your child is carrying a gun? No. Where there's smoke, there's possible fire. Where there's a bullet, there's possibly a gun. You should engage in the conversation and find out what are they doing with the item, and this empowers the parents. Look at all the items inside the room and feel around and see what's the possibility. Something simple as a baby doll. Could be just a baby doll, but also it could be a place where you can secrete or hide drugs.
So he is like, look at this baby doll. You can find drugs in here while he's putting drugs in the baby doll.
And in the diaper of the baby doll. It's not the front, not the middle, in the butt.
Yeah, he's planting it. I need to have a discussion with him about secreting drugs.
Over the pillows and see if you feel anything that's unusual. Like a pillow like this where the button is a perfect invitation to hide something. And I felt something bumpy. I would reach in, see what it is. This one could be hidden inside a pillow, a gun. Maybe something that you'll think that can't be hidden there, but it can. And maybe something that you'll think that can't be hidden there, but it can. And what happens not only when the person who is carrying this illegal gun is in possession of it, but also a child that comes into the room and plays on the bed, they find this gun. Let me tell you what a child would
I'm sorry, I need a break so I can catch up to
Let me
this,
tell you
this
what a child.
this is all one sentence. This entire video is one sentence.
It's all one sentence.
He's like, there's a really specific to hit this room things. He's like, a pillow like this with a button. I've never seen a pillow like that with a button. Deep breath before we go back in.
Would do. A child would take this gun, and because the trigger pull is so hard, they normally take the gun and they point it in their direction to pull down on it. So many gun accidents take place merely because a child discovers a gun in the room and believes it's a toy, and they play with the gun. Just look and see what's inside your bookcases. It could be more than just books. Perfect place to hide cocaine.
Dude, like 5 ounces of cocaine.
Where are these people getting all this shit from? Like, how they have all these drugs and guns and living like this? Also, I don't think we have to worry about the child shooting himself with the gun because the bullets are behind the picture frame on top of that bookshelf,
That's
as
true.
we saw earlier.
He straight up pointed the gun at himself too.
I know.
Yeah, he's don't do this.
Yeah. Do
Does it?
Do it.
When's the last time you did a cocaine?
A cocaine?
This is your room he's searching.
Yeah, he's searching my room.
Yeah.
Cavity search. Almost done. 20 something seconds left.
Or other illegal substance inside the room. My message to you, you have an obligation to protect your home. The First Amendment does not apply to the right of parents to go through their homes,
I'm sorry. That's a lie.
to remove contraband or any other unsafe item. There are no First Amendment rights in your home.
There are no First Amendment rights inside your household.
You have a duty and obligation to protect the members of your household.
Why isn't he talking about like freedom of speech? But I think he's talking about the Fourth Amendment, which protects you from unreasonable search and seizure. Like,
What did he keep saying? The First Amendment?
there
He
are
said
no
it.
First Amendment rights in your home.
What's the First Amendment?
It's freedom of speech.
Oh.
Like, clearly his kids are expressing their freedom of speech to multiple arms dealers and drugs dealers. Drugs dealers.
Drugs dealers. You're talking like Eric Adams now, Liz.
Yeah, I mean, drugs dealers. Check your Zoom call. Check the chat where you might find something as simple as a crack pipe link on YouTube.
Sir. I mean, ma'am, or whatever you go by, Liz.
Check the crevices of your body for First Amendment rights.
Should I inspect Ming's many areas for catnip?
Check her toys, her baby dolls. Check her bookcase.
We recommend you start in a periodical fashion.
I always recommend to start out in a periodic fashion.
We should actually record a video inspired by Mr. Eric Adams.
We should. Oh my god, dude, we should.
A lot of what he said was definitely quote worthy. Starting with there are no First Amendment rights in your home.
There are no First Amendment rights inside your household.
And then inspect what you expect.
But you always have to inspect what you expect.
You have to inspect what you expect. And it invokes a conversation.
Where there's guns,
Something-
where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's bullets, there's guns.
That's just basic math.
Yeah, he's good at that. That's why
That's-
I voted for him.
That's elemental math.
Mhm.
What was your favorite quotes?
I definitely love something as simple as a crack pipe.
Something simple as a crack pipe.
He's like, it's a tube, and you smoke crack. It's that easy. So simple.
Yeah.
And
So
then also
simple.
where he's like, speak to your child and see what they could be using it for. I'm like, probably smoking crack.
Maybe they found it. He gave them, benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Maybe.
true.
And then also secrete drugs.
Secret.
Rudy, what's your favorite?
Oh God, it's gotta be secrete drugs, or when he points to the candles and says, "Check the cameras." That's.
I mean, maybe they were candles with hidden cameras in them.
I think maybe that's what he was going for. I don't know. I don't know what he was going for. I think he was
Yeah.
very.
Oh. it could have been like the first part of the series that we missed where he's like how to install cameras into candles.
Yeah, his little like Etsy security camera candles. It's like lavender
Yeah.
scented with HD video.
He just gave himself away to all the kids watching, you know? Now kids not know not to like, you know, put their bullets behind their picture frames.
Oh, they swept them all. Like the kids saw this and they swept all the bullets into their hands from behind the little pictures and they put them behind the big pictures.
Yeah. I put it behind the big picture. I would have.
So can you
One
see why
thing
I had to convene an emergency meeting to watch this video?
from 11-ish years ago.
Yep.
I almost watched it ahead while I was like eating my spaghetti, but I decided not to. I did research it and I was like, oh, this video came out like a decade ago. And it seems like it makes its rounds around the internet every few years.
Oh yeah, we should look at some of the comments. There's some good comments on YouTube.
I have never seen this video.
I've never seen it either.
I
That's
feel like it should
because
be like a classic that everybody has seen, but maybe people don't know who Eric is.
Yeah, maybe because he's lesser known. I found a grenade launcher under my cushion couch. Thanks, man.
someone said, parents, if your son is secreting into a child's doll, he got bigger problems than you think.
Finding guns and crack pipes in your kid's bag just quote invokes conversation.
uh, is it any surprise that a former cop forgets that it's the Fourth Amendment that deals with search and seizure?
Yeah. Ooh. The fact that this is not a skit makes it way funnier.
How did New Yorkers let this man be voted in? How? I don't ask me. We don't vote like
Ugh.
that.
Okay, I wrote a constitution for my own home. Thanks, Eric Adams.
Ugh,
How
I
come
like
we
this
haven't got
video.
anything like this from him like recently? I wonder if his PR team's like, dude, do not step near a camera, do not open your mouth.
Do
Right.
not
I guess we
exist.
did actually, because he remember his war on rats.
Oh, the rat war.
I need to keep up with this because I have no idea.
Oh, there's been such great rat drama. Maybe I'll catch us up on the next episode.
Everyone that knows me, they know one thing. I hate rats. You know, when we started killing them in Borough Hall, you know, some of the same folks are criticizing us now called me a murderer because I was killing rats. Well, you know what? We're going to kill rats.
I remember for a while, like over the summer, this past year, there were a lot of photos of Eric Adams pasted around the neighborhood. Did you
Mhm.
remember seeing any of those?
Yeah, I did.
Kind of, yeah.
They would say, I forget, they would say some things like fascist.
How come you don't vote none?
I ain't got time to be remembering politics.
Yeah.
That's just a me thing. I don't think it's a New Yorker thing. It's just me. Too lazy. No, just don't care. I think that's what it is.
Are you gonna vote in
It's
the
gonna upset
presidential
people.
election? Oh, sorry.
I feel like I have to. It shows that I'm not totally checked out when I do that. I'm like, well, vote for the big one. Yay me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you can make it for the big one, that's all that matters.
Sure.
Even though the Democrats are just gonna steal the vote.
Am I getting disowned now because I don't vote
I
No,
don't
like
give a
that?
shit.
no, we don't give a fuck. I vote, but only out of a deep sense of guilt. Like,
Yeah. See, I don't have that guilt. And if someone's like, oh, but what about blah blah blah? And I'm like, okay, and if that happens,
I just vote for whoever runs on the popular backpack platform.
are you even allowed to vote, Rudy?
Do you want to explain your joke?
No, I just want to know.
I'm trying to figure out like where it's coming from, whether it's like an immigration joke or like a felon joke or
I think I know.
dot dot dot.
Brown on brown
This
crime.
is yeah, I was
Brown,
gonna
brown
say brown
crime.
crime. I was literally just thinking that the brown net has been reacting.
Oh my god, dude, our first racism of the
Activated.
day.
Yay!
Someone had to do it.
Keep your eyes out for more Mayor Eric Adams stuff, or
Yeah, maybe I need to do a Eric Adams deep dive or something. Because he's got all that crazy shit coming out of like foreign money for his election and like he got all kinds of shit seized for search by the FBI. So he actually now is the one who the FBI came into his room and patted down the pillowcases, and they were like, "Look inside the pillowcases. A pillowcase with a button is a perfect invitation to funnel illegal campaign money in." And you'll see here, it's pretty bumpy, and you see here that I've pulled out $100,000 of illegal money for the campaign.
Yeah, if you see this pillow like this here in your room with this unique button,
Check behind the snowflakes by their plants. Check behind the strange clock.
just remember First Amendment. No, there are no First Amendment rights in your home.
That's right. Remember that.
Okay, so I was gonna ask ChatGPT to write a constitution for my home.
Oh, I love that.
We're all gonna make our own constitutions for our homes, and then we will share it
Okay, perfect.
at a later date.
Loves.
Loves.
Goodbye.